What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great Saturday, a day away from Eagles football. I know I'm excited, ready to go 2-0. Just saw this team a few months ago, getting our first look at them this season, I guess. Maybe we'll see them again at the end. Only time will tell. But keeping you up to date with everything that's been going on this week, with all of the roster moves, injury news for both teams. So that's what we're here to finish up today with the practice squad elevations. I'll get into some of the other things that have happened today, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. Anything you guys have on your mind, score predictions, whatever it is, you guys have been letting me know all week. I love it. Love that you're getting excited. Let's get ready to run through some alls, but appreciate you taking the time here tonight, hitting that like button, sharing, subscribing, hyping these videos up. All that stuff truly matters, and it really helps. So thank you for that. But let's jump right into this bad boy and start her off with a little bit of news here for the Philadelphia Eagles. Rookie Cameron Williams getting placed on IR, and well, we'll see how bad it is for him. I don't think it's season ending, but you never know. Maybe they want to make it that way. And Miles Hinton, the other rookie tackle that we have, he is designated to return off of IR, so he has a couple weeks. We'll see if he comes off of that. But the Eagles now have an open roster spot. Maybe they'll wait till after this game tomorrow. Maybe they bring somebody up after tonight. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow they bring somebody up, Britton Covey or that, whatever they want to do. But they have just opened up a roster spot there. And then some news for the Chiefs. Xavier Worthy went from doubtful now to out. So he will not be playing in this game. And we talked about it. Look, he was most likely going to miss this regardless. So not really, crazy news there, but still sucks for them. Already without Rashee Rice, now down Xavier Worthy. Hate to see it, but my fantasy team definitely hated it last week watching Travis Kelce snuff him out with like 3 plays into the game. Idiots. Anyways, let's jump right in this bad boy with the practice squad elevations, and we're going to start it off with the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, what did we talk about this week? And for some reason, some people got riled up about this, but talked about what if Cameron Latu was an option here. And, then Dallas Goedert pops up. And we talked about this because of Ben Van Sumeren out for the season. Fullback, obviously, but special teams, ace, emergency linebacker. Here's a little something for you. Cameron Latu used to play linebacker. So a guy that I think could play fullback for us, 6'5", 6'4", whatever in that range, but he's a beast, okay? 245, big man. And this is, his third season, 2023. He was a third-round pick by the Niners, and he got hurt. I think he tore his meniscus or something, and then they waived him the next year. The Browns had him on the practice squad, took him off, brought him back. We had him last year, then the reserve future signings, so we were waiting to see what we could get out of him this offseason, and I like the dude. He's a beast, athletic, specimen there. Got soft hands so he can catch the ball. So we need a tight end, right? Dallas Goedert out for this game. Obviously, Calcaterra and Granson are 1 and 2. But now you have a 3, and you have a guy that can play fullback. Also can play linebacker. And he's not going to be used there. But I'm just saying, how weird is it? Because that's what Ben Van Sumeren did. But again, I don't know why people get mad at me. I want other people. Look, I understand you think this is Madden and A.J. Dillon or Tank Bigsby should be playing fullback. I don't think that's why they're here. And with Will Shipley out, we're going to need him at running back. So Cameron Latu, baby boy, he went ahead and got elevated. So this is what we talked about, why we talk about these things, just trying to keep you ahead of the game. So you can be like, hey, man, wait, I just heard about this. So talked about it earlier this week, and we obviously talked about Marcus Epps. Damn it, just smashed my arm. Sorry about that. Marcus Epps, though, hard hitting. That's what I'm getting out of that. So look, having Epps here, I love it, and I think he could be one of those candidates to go to the active roster. If Cameron Latu shows out, I talked about it, maybe he's elevated a couple times and goes to the active roster if we like him, as a fullback. But I think BVS held himself down a spot because of the fact that, he can play special teams so well. So if Latu can do that, maybe he does earn that spot. But you've got 3 elevations, 1 being used up tomorrow, so we'll have 2 more games. We can see if we maybe want to put him on the active roster, but this was just something I thought for this game. Hell, with the, run game we didn't have last year against them in the Super Bowl, they were able to take away Barkley, put it in the hands of Hurts. He did his thing, but hey, maybe they want a fullback for a couple of plays. So we'll see if they even use him there. But look, good to have tight end depth there. All about having Epps as well. So let's go. Let's take a look now at the depth chart. And we got an update to the injury list as well. So adding Cameron Williams to this list, you now see the 5 players there. Scene's probably going to get released whenever he's healthy, so no doubt. But Lampkin, Van Sumeren, and Wilson out for the season, and now Cameron Williams. Miles Hinton designated to return, so that means he has a couple weeks left before he has to come off of that list or his season is over. And then you have Nakobe Dean on the PUP list, who also has a couple of weeks after this to come off that list. So we'll see when they decide with Nakobe Dean there, but he's not designated to return, so he doesn't have to come back, but he can in a few weeks. But here's your offense. You won't see any of those players, obviously. Color codes for your injuries. So Tanner McKee, he is questionable for this game. He will possibly be backing up Hurts. If not, it's out. Fine with that. Shipley out. So Dylan, Bigsby, they will be 2 and 3. We'll see how the Eagles, if they use Bigsby on offense. Just got here the other day. But I put Cameron Latu in there at fullback. Also put him as a depth piece as tight end there. So Calcaterra, Granson, and Latu. But I also have Latu there just in hopes that what we talked about earlier this week comes to fruition. Would love it. I know some of you guys were excited about that idea. I just thought, hey, why not? A big dude like that. So I'm all about it. Let's find out. Now, Brown, Smith, Dotson, let's go. Mechie here. He's getting used to this offense a little more. Got Darius Cooper here. I'm excited to get these receivers going in this game. Going to put up some points. Going to need to probably. Let's go. Offensive line, stay healthy. Hell yeah. Without Cam Williams there, Fred Johnson again is both your left and right tackle. Back up there. Toth can do both. But your interior guys like Kendall and look, Toth can play every position. Johnson can play both tackles. Pryor can play both tackle and guard. Drew Kendall can play center and some guard. So you've got pieces there. Maybe, one of them is inactive, but Drew Kendall or something. But I think, you've still got the lineman you need. It's unfortunate Dallas Goedert's out. Calcaterra is not him. Granson is definitely not him. They can't block like him, can't catch like him. So it's a big loss. But, hey, they're missing one of their top receivers. It is what it is. Figure it out. Get these receivers going. All about it. Now, looking at the defense, Marcus Epps down there, providing more depth at safety there. They had Makuba, playing predominantly there with Blankenship. So Sidney Brown and Epps are there. They can help you on special teams and as depth, play some defense as well. How I feel about Adoree Jackson. Hey, maybe, let's just hope him the best. If not, Jacorian Bennett, please learn this system, get it down, and be what we need there. If not, figure it out. Let's go. You can see now with Zadarius Smith there, very excited to watch what happens. We talk about his ability to play not only on the outside, but interior-wise. So excited there. He and Uche should provide some damn good depth. Maybe Johnson's active too. We'll see what happens with Okoronkwo and Ojulari if they're getting traded, cut maybe at some point, or if they're inactive again. Not great. And we've got 7 guys here. You got to imagine they're trying to trade Ojulari, Okoronkwo, somebody. So we'll find out. But I pretty excited about this defense continuing to grow with Bond and Campbell there in the middle. I think Ojomo stepping in for Williams. And look, we're going to have Jalen Carter back now. So, yeah. But you got Byron Young. We'll see if Ty Robinson is active in this one. Your secondary, you know how I feel about that. But Q-Mitch, Coop, let's effing go. Now, the special teams, obviously these guys, mostly the same, but with Shipley out, I got Tank Bigsby as the next man up. So let's effing go, baby. I'm very, very pumped up to have him here. I think, watch him take one back to the house. That would be something else. First game as a Philadelphia Eagle for Tank Bigsby. Imagine if he runs back a kick return for a touchdown. And he can do that. We talk about his ability. I just had him in damn fantasy. Was hoping the Jags would maybe use him, but Travis Etienne, or Trevor, my bad. I think these guys, they were expendable. He's still very good. So very excited to see Bigsby there. But that's what's going on with the Eagles. Let me know how you feel about it. How you feel about these players out. Goddard, Shipley, McKee questionable. We want to talk about Bigsby or Marcus Epps and the 2 being elevated. You want to talk about that fullback position? Whatever's on your mind, love to hear from you. But don't worry, we do not leave out the opponent here. So we're going to go through the Chiefs here and take a look at their elevations and what their depth chart looks like now. And Kevin Knowles, a defensive back, he'll help them at safety. We talk about them only having 2 on the active roster, somebody that can play safety and corner, but more so a special teams guy that I think Dave Talbot will definitely enjoy using. And then you have their injury lists here and also suspension for Rashee Rice. These are the guys you will not see on their depth chart coming up. But obviously, Rice not being there is a big loss for them, but they've been preparing that for a long time. Now, on the offense, you will also not have Xavier Worthy or Jalen Royals there. So Tyquan Thornton is going to have to step it up there with Brownlee. Clearly, Smith-Schuster and Hollywood Brown. You got Nico Remigio there. Hollywood Brown had like 16 effing targets last game. So big usage for him. I imagine Kareem Hunt is going to be trying to dump the ball off. So going to be fun to watch these linebackers. Go check out the top matchups. We talked about these things, and Travis Kelce there. So intrigued to see how we do against this offense. Again, go check out that top matchups video. And then you can see on the defensive side of the ball, Kevin Knowles. I had to add a little ass brown there because there's no red I can use. Orange you can't see. And, well, we already used black and gray. So, yeah, poop is the color for Kevin Knowles. You can see it out there with the safeties. No Justin Reed. So going to be intriguing to see how this defense does against our offense. And then in the special teams department, you can see here that Nico Remigio is both their punt and kick returner. Rashard Smith, both punt and kick returner. And then two terrible human beings as kicker and punter. And then James Winchester there at long snapper. So that's what's going on with both the Eagles and the Chiefs. You have any thoughts on either teams or this matchup or whatever's on your mind? There's videos on everything, but I'm always down to talk some birds. So leave it down below if you're watching this now, later, whatever. I want to hear from you. And then tomorrow, we will have the pregame show, and then, of course, postgame show, and then Victory Monday. Any moves or anything made in between, I'll do my best to get videos out. But, oh, hell yeah, I cannot wait. Game day tomorrow. Looking forward to talking to you then. If anything crazy happens tonight, you know I'll do a video. But got some things to do, so got to roll out here. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, share this bad boy, subscribe, and join the family down below. You can always hype this video up. It helps. And I can't thank you enough for all that support. I know, Herschel, I'm about to tell him, you know what 2 words he's asking for, and I'm all about it. But got to roll here. If you guys need anything, you know you can always reach out. Does not have to be about the birds. I am always here for you, as you are for me. Love each and every one of you. Hope you're having a great weekend. Hope to see you tomorrow. Game day, baby. Oh, I cannot wait for this rematch. Let's go. Got some score predictions? Leave them down below. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!